Well, hi there and welcome to another episode of This Week in F1. First up, Alonso still got it? Well, of course he does. After a sticky start to his comeback, the veteran Spaniard has shown incredible ability and pace recently. And nobody's favourite German, Nico, I beat a very old Michael Schumacher and got a hit and run win over Sir Lewis, and my dad was a world champion, Rosberg, has taken notice. It's such a pleasure because we know Fernando is one of the best ever, and it seems especially in the racing he's back to his best, said Rosberg. So does Alonso care about this? Why would he? But I'm sure that there are some Lewis haters out there that would consider this news. The driver merry-go-round. Well, first things first. Valtteri Bottas replaces the retiring Kimi Räikkönen at Alfa Romeo, and George the Little Jack Russell, with very much pace, is to partner Lewis the fading goat at Mercedes. Awesome! Can't wait for the rest of this current season because now Bottas will not give a flying rat's bum about team orders and actually race Lewis Hamilton. Russell will not be a number 2 either, so hopefully sparks will fly over at Mercedes like it last did when that blonde fella was still there. Alex Albon has also been confirmed as Russell's replacement at Williams, where he joins bay driver Latifi. Hope Latifi doesn't put too much pressure on poor Albon because this guy will never outlive "they raced me too hard."
They raced me so hard.
Interestingly, Toto the Wolfinator apparently insisted that Red Bull first let Albon out of his contract with them before he could join Williams, which races Mercedes engines. So that's 1 point for the Wolf over Spice by Horner. Red Bull, however, do have an option on Albon for the future. For Alfa Romeo's second seat, Guan Yu Zhu, an aspiring Chinese driver, may have the cash backing to get it. According to reports, his sponsors may be willing to put up 30 million euros to put him next to Bottas next season. Good flippin' news for them, eh? For that kind of cash, Günther Steiner would probably be willing to let him race for Haas and live in his personal dining room, where Mrs. Günther Steiner will serve him drinks on Nikita Mazepin being used as a coffee table. Poor old Günther, all the good breaks seem to miss the Haas team. Gasly too good for Alphatauri. Well, everybody says it, but nobody listens. But when Mr. Ross Brawn says it, we all listen. Now this guy knows a little bit about racing. One of the main men behind the 7 world titles of the true GOAT, Michael Schumacher, has now revealed himself to be a Pierre Gasly fan. Pierre is acquiring a growing fan club in F1, and I would count myself as a member, wrote Brawn in his column after the recent race, adding that he had gained massive amounts of respect for the Frenchman for the way he rebuilt his career after being unceremoniously dumped by Red Bull. Now that's high praise.
That's high praise!
In anyone's book. Brawn went on to say that he won't be able to stay in the family if an opportunity return to the Red Bull Works team isn't coming. I think he's too good for that. Let's see what happens. Illegal Mercedes power? Talk about how Mercedes use a supposedly illegal trick to distribute air around their engine has reached Mr. Binotto and Mr. Horner. Both men very eager to get one over Toto Wolff. They have reportedly had talks concerning this. Now, before you get as excited as some American kid going to Comic-Con, relax, they couldn't get enough info to do anything about it, and according to the man single-handedly trying to bring the white guy afro back into style, we had some doubts and we discussed it with Red Bull. I personally talked to Christian Horner about it, but we didn't submit any questions for clarification to the FIA. Mick versus Mazepin getting fiery. Now the man with a huge reputation from his dad and the man with a huge paycheck from his dad are doing what we all expected. Daddy's rubles, after all, has to prove he deserves his drive. He's not just there because daddy pays the bills better than Rich Energy did. So now he has to beat the son of the GOAT. Mick seems to be a terrific guy, calm, humble, learning very quick. And speaking about quick, he seems to be quicker than Mazepin. And therein lies the problem. Daddy's rubles can't be made to look foolish in what is effectively Daddy's team. And at Zandvoort again, things came to a boil as Mazepin seemed to chop aggressively in front of Mick as the German attempted to pass him. Now, ever since Hitler decided that Russia was a great place to build his backyard, and then some Russian builders decided to practice wall building all over Berlin a while later, these two nationalities have had the ability to rub each other the wrong way. They haven't been the best of friends. But these two will have to get things right before someone gets hurt. Mazepin needs to be steinered, and if Mick is ignoring pre-race agreements between himself and Mazepin, as the Rubelt one claims, then he too needs to be chastised, and quickly, before one or both of these kids get seriously hurt. Thought for the week time. Matthew 15 verse 10 and 11. Jesus said, "Hear and understand. It is not what enters one's mouth that defiles the man, but what comes out of the mouth is what defiles one." What did he mean by this? It's not what you eat, what you drink that makes you a bad person. It's what comes from inside. If you have Christ in your heart, you will live it and you will speak it. People will see it. But if you have evil in your heart, it will be manifested through your acts and your deeds. Now we play out with some memes. Please, man, hit us up with some. Please hit that sub button, share the video. Come back again next week. We'll have more for you. God bless and have a great weekend.